Hi Year 10, we're going to look at harder equations with fractions today. So these equations will have two fractions, and what you'll have to do is create common denominators just like we've done previously. So let's have a look at our first question. Here are two fractions in our equation. So what I'd like you to do is for your solution, well, first of all, copy that down, and then we're going to write down the question again, because we're going to draw on top of it. Okay? Alright. Now, we've got different denominators. The first thing we want to do is create common denominators, just like we do normally. So I'm going to multiply by 2 and multiply by 3. That's going to give me 6 for the denominator, for both. Now, what I do to the denominator, I have to do to the numerator. Now, you must put brackets around this, because that 2 applies to the whole of the numerator. Same over here, put brackets there, because that 3 will apply to the whole numerator. So you can see now that I've multiplied by 2, multiplied by 2, multiplied by 3, multiplied by 3. Okay, now we can now put that down as a single denominator. So 2 3s is 6, and for the top line there we have the 2, and then brackets, and then 2x plus 1. Let's make that a bit straighter. Then minus 3 brackets, 3x minus 2 equals negative 5. Okay, so I've got the whole thing over one denominator. Next thing we're going to do is expand the brackets. Keep the 6 there, so we're going to have 2 times 2x plus 1, that's going to give me 4x plus 2. Now be careful here, this is negative 3. So I'll just draw a little box around this. Negative 3 multiplied by 3x is negative 9x. Negative 3 times negative 2 is positive 6. All over 6 is equal to negative 5. Okay, now next step is to simplify that. So we can simplify the numerator. I'll put that up here. So that'll give us minus 5x. So the 4x minus the 9x is minus 5x plus 8 over 6 equals negative 5. Right, I might just write this equation over here. So we've got room, so 5k minus 2 over 4 minus 2k plus 8 over 5 equals 10. Okay, now let's now we've got a single fraction. We want to get rid of the denominator. So what we're going to do is multiply both sides by 6. Times by 6. Cancel numerator with denominator. Make sure that times 6 goes in line with the numerator there. Now we have 5x plus 8 is equal to negative 30. Okay. Next step, minus 8, minus 8. And then it gives you minus 5x equals minus 38. And the last step is to get rid of the minus 5. There's the times there, so we do the opposite, divide by minus 5. Cancel, cancel. And you get x equals 38 on 5. Now you can leave it like that, or you can write it as a mixed numeral. 5 into 38 goes 7 with 3 remainder. But I'd leave it like that if I were you. I think in the back of the textbook they use mixed numerals, so you probably need to do that so you can mark your work. So I'd like you to copy all of that down, and then I'm going to get you to do the second question. So copy all of that down from the video, and I want you to try question 2 here by yourself. So solve 5k minus 2 over 4 minus 2k plus 8 over 5 equals, now we'll do, might just make this a little bit harder. I might put down, say, 2/3 here. Make this a little bit harder there. Alright, so try pause the video, have a go at question 2 by yourself, and then play the video to see if you get it right or not. Okay? So, for this question, solution. I'm going to write the question down again, so I can draw on top of it. 5k minus 2, 4 minus 2k plus 8 on 5 equals 2/3. Now, times by 5. So I'm just going to take the denominator and multiply it by this one. Put the brackets around, put the 5. Take the 4 there, times by 4, times by 4. Okay, now that means the whole thing can be over 20 now. So 5 outside of 5k minus 2 minus 4 outside of 2k plus 8 is equal to 2/3. Now notice I'm not expanding the brackets yet. I don't do that until after that everything is one fraction. Now I'm going to expand the brackets. 5 times 5k, 25k. 5 times minus 2 is minus 10. Negative 4 times 2k is negative 8k. Negative 4 times 8 is negative 32. All over 20 is equal to 2/3. From here I can simplify. 25k minus 8k is 17k. Negative 10 minus 32 is negative 42. Divided by 20 equals 2/3. Okay, I want to get rid of my denominator, so I'm going to multiply both sides by the denominator. Make sure when you do this, you put this in line with the numerator, so you cancel numerator with denominator. Okay, that gives me 17k minus 42. Now this will not be a whole number, I'm just going to leave it as 40 over 3. Okay, so now the next step from there so the next step is adding 42 to both sides. So we've got 40 over 3 and plus 42 plus 42. Now, 40 over 3 plus 42, just work it out on a calculator. I've got a calculator, so just go there. 40 over 3 plus 42 gives you 166 over 3 on your calculator. And then last of all, you're going to divide by the 17. So divide by 17, divide by 17. Okay, that cancels. So on your calculator now, divide that by 17, and you'll get 166 on 51. Okay, not all of your answers will be whole numbers. So just recapping those steps. Create common denominators. Okay. Create common denominators. Write it as a single fraction over one denominator. Expand the brackets. Get rid of the denominator for the fraction and then solve it from there. Okay. So just go through those steps again. You've got, if you're going to write a summary, steps. Number 1, express as a single fraction. Actually, no, the first step was get common denominators, wasn't it? Get common denominators. Okay. Next step was to put right equation with a single fraction. Okay. Okay. So that's this step here. I'm writing the equation as a single fraction with a single denominator. Okay. 3, we expand the brackets and simplify. Okay, so that's that step over here. Expanding the brackets and then simplifying the numerator. and then solve the equation. Okay, those are the steps. Write those down in your book as well as a summary of what to do. And that's it for today.